And we are back with the Sports Forum radio show here on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports. And we are now joined by a special guest, one of my long-term friends, buddy from college, and a golf analyst and former college golfer himself, to talk the 2024 Masters, which is right around the corner here in April. Mr. Parker Hormuth is in the building. My brother, it's good to see you. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Me and my dad are a big fan of the show. Thanks for having me on. We've listened to you a lot over Christmas break. Stole some picks from you, brother. Thank you.
Hey, love it, man. Glad to hear, dude. First of all, shout out to Mr. Pops, but let's jump in here, man. I want to talk to you about the 2024 Masters because it is a heck of a tournament here. It's right around the corner. Yes, guys, we are covering it a little bit early. This one's going down a little bit later, April 11th through the 14th, but we got to get you guys those early picks here. This one going down at Augusta National, par 72, 7,545 yards, and a beautiful $18 million purse. Parker, looking here, man, just at a general overview, not getting into the golfers yet. Your thoughts on Augusta? I know you're a golfer. I'm sure you have dreams of playing there if you haven't before. So overall at Augusta, man, how do you describe that course?
Man, I've been there one time. It was for a practice round the year Spieth won. Great story with the tickets. Found it on StubHub Wednesday for a practice round. Told Pops like $150 StubHub. All right, we're driving to Augusta this year. So
that's awesome.
Out there, beautiful course, immaculate, super well priced food. It's like going back to the 50s with the price. You know, it's cheap.
Yeah.
But the thing
awesome,
that most about it is Augusta is the best test of all golfers, I think, because when people show up there, they either show up and show out or they just crap the bed, you know? So
yep.
I'm always excited to watch the Masters and always surprised because when I go into golf, I'll watch, you know, the month before, get the read for it because those guys coming in the month before, I think are the most tuned up golfers and ready to rock Augusta over guys that have just been playing week in, week out, months straight. So I think the best thing to look at would be past 4 tournament appearances and how they performed. So,
and I do want to talk about this course, man, because they've made some adjustments to it to make it even more difficult than it already was, right? So they extended the length of it. It's got like 10 par 4s that are over 400 yards. As a golfer yourself, how difficult is a 400-yard par 4?
Man, it depends on what you're going for. Like, it depends on where you are position-wise, because a lot of those holes on 400-plus par 5s, par 4s, you're really strategizing. Because let's say it's 430, you know, these guys out there on tour are going 315-plus. So you got these guys that can do that, and then you guys got Brian Harman out there who can't hit it that far. But I think it gives an advantage to the longer players, much like Augusta always has. Longer hitters and the right-handed ones. So you get someone in there hit the ball well and they're just hitting putts and hitting the greens, then that'll be your winner. It's as simple as that.
Speaking of winners, man, the last 5 winners at this course, starting back from 2019 to up, you got Tiger Woods at a -13, Dustin Johnson -20, Hideki Matsuyama and Scotty Scheffler both there at -10. And then this last year, we saw Jon Rahm take it at -12. Going to be a little bit of bad blood this season, though. You got Jon Rahm going over there to live golf. He took the bag. He is my number 1 favorite golfer. I see you shaking your head. That's how I felt about it. But with the whole merger thing, I don't blame Jon Rahm, man, at this point for doing this. I'm sure you've seen Full Swing on Netflix. I mean, we know how much money these boys are making.
Dude, I don't blame Jon Rahm for doing what he did at all because the merger, man, it's like you can be designated. You can be designated as live, get your money, and just play on tour full time still. So it's like, are you really losing out on anything? I don't think so. But let's get off my winner real quick. Another live guy, Brooks Koepka, always comes to the majors ready to rock and roll. You know he can put it together on a major championship week. And, you know, I think this is his weekend. I think this is his week, dude. Augusta National.
Wow.
They added the distance. He hits the ball a long way. He's a good putter, and he's always had really good iron games. So you heard it here, Brooks Koepka. And if you want me to go on to the next crew of people.
No, not yet.
No?
Not yet. Brooks Koepka, man. Look, I can't bash Brooks, man. I love the competitive fire that the guy plays the game with. He comes to win. He doesn't care about feelings. He doesn't care about being politically correct, but he cares about the green jacket. And even the 18 million, I don't think he cares about the money. I think he literally wants the jacket. He likes these big tourneys. But I do want to say, Jon Rahm, man, I'm having a tough time fading Jon Rahm because yes, he left. Yes, there's bad blood. Everybody wants to push this narrative of, oh, all these guys go to live and they stop caring about golf and they start playing bad. And it's like, well, that kind of got shut down for all of you that haven't seen Full Swing season 1 or 2 on Netflix, guys. Go watch it. Phenomenal. Even if you're not a golf fan, it's just great TV. But overall, man, I want your thoughts on Jon Rahm. Do you think he's got a live shot at winning this thing?
Man, I've always been a Jon Rahm supporter since he came out on tour. I think he's still got it, you know? He's looking after what's important to him, family, finances, and setting up his kid in the future. So I don't blame him for going to live. I think he's still got the passion in him. He's a fiery guy from Spain. He knows how to turn on the Jets to win a tournament. He's done it before. It's nothing new to him. So
how about the guy that won it 2 seasons back, 2022, arguably the number 1 golfer on planet Earth? I would not want to step in this guy's way. I see you rolling the head back, man. He's a tough guy to get through. Scotty Scheffler, the favorite on the board. What's your take on him being favored here? Because I want to throw out there for all you sports bettors out there that really care about the odds, Scotty Scheffler is less than half of the odds of the very next guy on the board being Rory McIlroy at 10-1. Scotty's plus 450 here, Parker. Are the odds simply too slim to take a guy like that?
Dude, I think, yeah, it's too slim. You know, like Scotty, I love him. He's a great player. I think it's one of those guys where it's just he's out there to do his thing, which is to win. But I think Augusta, one of those courses 2 years ago, doesn't really matter. Like the defending champ, I've never, like, he's not a defending champ, my bad, but any previous champ I've seen, there's the man himself, T-Dub, but any champ I've seen, prior champs, I've never seen them have super good success a few years later. That's why it was tough for me to pick Scotty. I picked him, you know, when Rahm won and he had his tear up on the leaderboard last year. But for me, it's just tough to pick guys that are going in there super big name like that, because I see all the odds. Whenever I see odds for like the Stanley Cup, you know, I'm always like, all right, who's going to win it? It's always some team you don't expect. It's like like with the Masters, it's almost like the Florida Panthers making it to the Cup.
Fair enough, man. Look, well, I do want to ask you, obviously, we're not even going to talk about Tiger Woods because my man's on his way out. If you guys have been watching golf at all, the dude can't even walk four rounds of golf at this point. I feel bad for him, but we're not going to talk about Tiger Woods. But yes, the GOAT. I do want to ask you though. So our sports writer over here, our golf writer specifically, Bryson Owens, he has taken that man Xander Schauffele at 22-1. He said, look, man, you look at this guy's track record here, tied second, tied third. He said he is due for a win with 6 top 10 finishes and 1 runner-up. Do you like Xander?
Dude, you can see my reaction right here. I love him as my notes as well as finishes. And dude, I honestly, with how he played at the Players and how he got robbed on 18, if he goes in with that same energy that he had at the Players, I genuinely believe he is someone to be reckoned with. Because I think if he puts it together for 4 days and then, yeah, he just shoots a couple under on Sunday, I think he's got the best chance to win. You know, I like Brooks, but second, it was tough to put Xander Schauffele at where I did, but had to be done.
Before we move on, I got to ask you about one more guy on the winner board that is always a crowd favorite. Everybody loves taking this guy. They say he's got the best swing in all of golf. That's Rory McIlroy, the second name on the board there, 10-1. Do you like Rory? Because I feel like the dude is so hot and cold, man. I mean, he's either going to miss the cut or he's going to be there on the final day. One of the two is going to happen. Which way do you see it going?
Dude, I don't know. I wish we had the stats of even and odd number years for that guy, because then it'd be easier to track. With Rory, I would love to see him complete the career Grand Slam. Obviously, as a golfing fanatic, that's something I want to see with him, because I grew up watching him win at Congressional in record pace. And, you know, I would love to see him win the Masters. I saw him when he collapsed at the Masters. That's when I was really watching golf heavily. But I think the biggest thing that we need to look at with him is what Rory's going to show up. Because, you know, there's the Rory that can handle Augusta National, and then there's the Rory that is choked on Augusta National numerous times in his career. And it's like, we got to think, is he going to show up and play all 4 days and win, or is he going to collapse on Sunday? That's my thoughts on it.
So you're going to go Brooks Koepka. I'm going to fire a name that I don't think you're going to like. And I brought this up to the other boys at the sports forum, and they all said, dude, you're playing with fire, but I don't care. I'm locked in on Justin Thomas at 30-1 to win this thing. The dude has been off, Parker, and I don't know what's going on ever since the Ryder Cup, man. He just seems like he can't get it done. Last week, he was finally in contention through the first 2 days. He looked great, and he bombed on the third round, shot a +8, and just took himself out of the tournament. I think Justin Thomas is due. He shows up in big tournaments. We saw his huge comeback not too long ago. So I like JT to get this done. But I want to ask you, looking at top 5, top 10, top 20, is there anybody else on this board that you think is definitely worth a look?
Ah, man. You know, Brian Harman, definitely a good look. He shows up. His putter's
That's
as
a
good
sleeper.
as gold. That's a sleeper. That's my I have a long shot, but Brian Harman's my sleeper. You know, he's showed it at the Open. He can hit the driver straight. He can put it in play. He can do everything he needs to do green to tee. He's not one of the longer hitters out there, which I know Augusta favors longer hitters and right-handed hitters. But if he's accurate and he can put the ball on the green and make some putts, Brian Harman's the guy.
Brian Harman, that's a gutsy call there, but I like it, man. He's been looking really good. I'm going to throw out there my favorite top 10, top 20 guy. It's that man. I call him Lil MGK, Will Zalatoris. That's my boy out there, man. I love Will. Coming back from that back injury, he's looking really solid right now. I'm a huge fan of his, but I know we got to wrap this up, man. So give me your long shot golfer of the week. Who's going to get these people paid, man?
Long shot. Absolute long shot. I'm going to have to go with Luke List. He's the hometown guy. He took lessons from my coach. You know, he's showed that he's been able to do it. His strengths are hitting the ball far. And through this past 2 years, I've seen progression with green to tee, approach shots, putting, everything that he needs to improve on, he's improved on. And I'm excited to watch him play, dude. I grew up watching him after lessons, and that was a guy that I always admired. So Luke List is the long shot. I'd love to see it. And honestly, bring Georgia Golf Center some notoriety. So let's see it happen.
Well, you're doing the word long shot a hell of a lot more justice than I'm about to, because your guy is coming in at 180-1 to get this thing done. I'm going with a long shot, but it's not quite that deep. I'm looking at a guy 50-1 right now, my sleeper of the whole thing, who could go on a run here. I like Sam Burns to get this thing done at 50-1. Usually I only focus on him when he's playing tournaments like California and stuff like that, kind of like Max Homa, but I just really like Sam Burns this weekend. I think he's slept on. He's hitting the ball well. He's putting well. I got to get him while he's hot. So I'm going to take a look there at Sam. But guys, please give our man Parker Hormuth a follow at P_Hormuth, golf analyst and former college golfer, and one of my best friends out there, guys. So go hit him up, check him out there. Parker, shout out to you, shout out to the dad. Thank you guys for listening to the show all the time. All you guys out there listening, we appreciate all of you. One more time, sportsforumdenver.com. Got those articles for you guys. Got a cash giveaway going down on the website as well. Give our man Parker a follow one more time. Follow us at Denver Forum, and we will see you guys next Saturday. Peace.